So you've gotten a guitar, now what? In this video I'm going to give you some tips on what to do when you first get your guitar and how to get you started playing. If you like this video, click like and the subscribe button and then click the bell icon to be notified when I post new content or go live. So you've gotten a guitar. You get it home, now what do? The first thing you'll want to do is tune it. You always want to have the guitar tuned while you're playing it to help get used to tuning it and to get an ear for what an in-tune guitar sounds like. So you'll need some kind of tuner, like a clip-on. These are relatively inexpensive and they work pretty well. It's just a little bit weird on this guitar because of the way the headstock is designed. But when you turn it on and you play a note, you'll see it'll show you what note you're actually playing and whether you're sharp or flat. If you're flat, you're below the note. If you're sharp, you're above the note. What I want to do is tune the guitar to the notes E, A, D, G, B, and E. So the two outside strings are 2 octaves apart. So when I'm tuning, I'm going to look and I want the note, or in this particular design, you want it to kind of be in the green when you're tuning. It's also a good idea to always come from below the note. So you want to tune up to the pitch rather than down from the pitch. And the reason is because of the mechanics of the guitar. Sometimes the strings get hung up in the nut and everything, and you may tune it down slightly and it kind of sticks, and then when you go to play it, it pops, and then the tuning drops on it. It's just a good habit to come in from below the note so you have kind of a constant tension across the string. And then you go across and tune each string. Now, holding the guitar. That may seem trivial, but there are a few differences. You can hold the guitar in the more classical style where you have your balanced on your knee that you're playing with. So in this case, I'm using my left hand on the neck, and so I'm going to have it on my left knee. You'll always want to have your leg raised up because if your knee's kind of low, sometimes the guitar may want to tip. The whole point of this style of holding the guitar is to put the guitar in kind of a neutral angle compared to your wrist, so you're not having to twist it quite so much. You can also try it like this on your opposite knee. Again, it helps to raise your leg up just a little bit, but some people like this because it's a little bit easier as far as having the reach down here. Here, sometimes it's easier to reach over the guitar. It really just depends, and you kind of have to experiment until you find what you feel comfortable with. And if I'm just strumming the guitar, I may play it like this. If I'm playing something more intricate, I may play like this, where I can focus more on what this hand is doing. It really just depends on the style. The other thing, are you going to use your fingers or are you going to use a pick? I'll be posting a video just on the different types of picks, how to hold a pick. But when you're first starting out, a lot of people just start with their thumb. And it's one less thing you have to keep up with. But you hear there are differences in using your thumb and using a pick. When you first start out, you'll want to just start by making single notes. And what you'll want to do is you put your finger behind the fret that you're playing. So if I was going to go up to the 5th fret, where you see these 2 little dots here, I'm going to put my finger just behind the fret that I'm playing. So this is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th fret. When I play, I'm listening for nice, clean tones. I don't want pops or buzzing. When you first start out, this is probably one of the more difficult things because it takes some hand strength, and that's something that you still have to develop. I can tell you, to make it easier for yourself, you want to have your finger as close to the fret as possible that you're playing. So in this instance, I'm playing the 5th fret. I want my finger kind of right up behind that fret. If it's back too far, it's harder to press down, and I'll get buzzing. Also, if I'm up on the fret, it'll be muted. hear when my finger is kind of on the fret, it doesn't sound quite right. Once you're comfortable doing that, try another finger. Same thing. So this is a very basic exercise that you can start off with. And when you're first starting off, a lot of the exercises are going to seem physically difficult, but it really doesn't sound like you're making music yet. And part of that is, you have to kind of crawl before you can walk. This is all helping build up strength in your hand and getting some coordination between your right and left hands. So here's an exercise that you can do. You can start at that 5th fret, because here it's easier to push down than right at the 1st fret. And you can kind of walk up. I'm using just downstrokes with my right hand. And I'm going from string to string, going up 1 fret at a time. So there's a couple of things going on there. You're building up some calluses on your fingers to make it easier to press down. You're also building up strength in your hand to make it easier to press down. Now, once you've got that, you can start to play some very simple chords. The first thing I'm going to show you is you take your index finger and you want to put it on this B string. That's the 2nd string here, and press down just behind the 1st fret. And I'm going to play the 3 high strings. That is a C chord. Now what you can do is you can take your ring finger and put it on the 1st string, this E string, at the 3rd fret, and play the top 3 strings. That's a G chord. Next, a little more complicated. Take your index finger and put it across these 2 strings here, the 1st and 2nd strings, the B and the E strings, and you're going to play those 2 strings, and then take your middle finger and put it on the G string at the 2nd fret, like this. That's an F chord. Now you have 3 chords that you can actually play something that sounds like music. Lastly, it will help to find a good guitar teacher. Now, I know you might be one of those people that can open up a book and read some instructions and play, but a good guitar teacher is going to be able to give you feedback about what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and also give you tips and tricks to make the process easier for you. Now, of course, you might be in an area where it's hard to find a guitar teacher. So that's why I'm making videos like this. There's other videos across YouTube as well that will help you. But again, it's going to help to find a good guitar teacher. It will make things easier for you and also keep you motivated. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of time, but it is achievable. If you're interested in taking lessons with me, I do offer lessons over Skype and FaceTime. And until next time, keep practicing.